Okay, just had an issue with the umbrella plant falling over for the third time now. It's a little top heavy. But we're having the first sunny day here in like about 2 months. Here's one of them. Finally got the upper hand on it, so it doesn't know that I'm filming it. I think that fish has doubled in size since we put it in. It's absolutely humongous. There we go. And they are. A pair of them. Finally. On the first sunny day in like 2 months. I think the only reason why they're excited is because this umbrella plant just tipped over again for like the third time. So I've strapped it down with some rope to keep it from happening again. It's making me crazy. So we just disturbed the water a little bit. That's the only reason why the fish are kind of out here. Usually they're pretty elusive during the day. So this is day 86. For the last 10 days or so, we've had some sort of trend toward being cloudier water here. We've got all this stuff on the top here floating. I'm not sure what's going on. Our walls have gone from being white to black. That was all in like the last 10 days. It seems like it's getting worse here, so I'm not sure what's out of balance here, but something is. I'm suspecting it might be some decomposing leaves or something. I know I've had some issues with the lily pads, the seeds that didn't sprout, that they grew, and then the ones that didn't grow properly in the original container started to rot, and they started to really stink really bad. So there's a little bit of a stink in here right now, so I'm thinking that might be what it is. The lily pads over there are not doing anything. That one's not doing anything. So I think there's just decomposing matter in here. Hopefully the fish are unaffected. It seemed like they were just here. I know I filmed them about a week ago. They were quite feisty. I'm not sure how they're liking this water now. I'm not sure if it's okay for them or if it's troubling them. But anyway, so what I've done is I brought something because I got to get something going here. So I don't like the condition that we're in here. So I've got some of this stuff, and we'll try this out today and see what happens. So it says it breaks down algae, fish waste, leaves, and twigs, and so that I suspect that's probably what the problem is. So we've got about 500 gallons here, so we'll go ahead and just treat this area. Now over here, we don't have any of it. It's the same old green as it's always been here. Really no problem there. Big bottle, half empty, typical. But we'll have to count, make sure all of them are in here. It says about 3. I'm going to put in 2 just for now because I don't want to overdo it. So yeah, that's what we got here. Some sort of enzymes or something supposed to be safe. Over there. And we'll see what happens. So it's day 86 here, and this is about 9 days after we planted these here. And does not appear to be anything happening here. But this is what they are looking like. So they're steamed up, they're thoroughly moist. Doesn't look like anything's happening though. Heat pad is on. And so that's what's happening, nothing. Okay, so here's an update on our Taro root. Day 86 or so. Not a whole lot happening. It's been kind of cloudy and cool. And keeping the temperature steady inside here has probably helped, at least at night. But it hasn't really been all that sunny. So it's about 75 here today though. But so I have noticed that about 3 out of 6 are doing something. This one's the leader right here. We have some nice growth going on there. But this one over here, I don't see anything. This one's got like a little tiny shoot coming out there. This one, don't see anything. This one, there's a little shoot maybe. And then this one, I don't see anything either. So I've been keeping them moist, keeping them relatively warm. I mean, at least 65, I think. I don't think it gets any cooler than that in here. But anyway, that's where we are so far on these guys. Can't wait for these to grow. We can get them outside, put them in the pond. Continuing on here with day 86 here. So it looks like the snail population is growing. Although there's a lot of small ones. I'm not sure what happened to the bigger ones. They seem to have disappeared. Not sure what's going on with that. A lot of little ones, but not any big ones. It's day 88. I got some more plants in the mail here, this time from Texas. Only took a few days to get here. Bought these on eBay. So this is called frogbit, or frogbit. And it's a type of aquatic floating plant. You can see it's about the size of a thumbnail, each leaf. So it's something between the water hyacinth and the water lettuce. The water hyacinth is doing really well here, and I like it a lot. I want to add something else though to it to maybe increase the coverage and also just for variety. And then the water lettuce is done pretty poorly actually. It's in fact hasn't really done anything. It's just hanging on. So hopefully this one's not so tropical. I believe this is more of a kind of a temperate tropical, not so much tropical. So in other words, it doesn't have to be 80 degrees every day. It can handle 70 or it can handle 65 a bit better, like the water hyacinth, and not so much like the water lettuce. I think the water lettuce is failing because it's been too chilly. It's been 65. It gets down to 58 at night, and that's just, I think it's just too chilly for it. So here's what they look like right here. Nicely packaged, a nice tight sealed container. You can see it has a similar leaf structure to the water hyacinth, but it's much, much smaller. Different than the water lettuce, different than the fairy moss. Just a little bit different. Go ahead and stick these in. Looks like they gave me an extra one. It's supposed to be just 3, but... So it's now July 1st. It's been 90 days, 3 months since we began this here project. Showing you some current update here, what things have developed to. So the water hyacinth seems to be the best plant here. It keeps multiplying. So I keep spreading it around. We have this other type of floating plant that mysteriously appeared and just keeps on growing. Scattered some things around here. They were getting too busy over here. Plants like the daylilies do not like to be in water, so down there just letting them out of here on the side is better. I think the the Kana, I don't know, I think it prefers a more humid environment because it's growing, but it's just not looking all that hot. So it's come along nicely. The next couple months here in summer should be interesting. And then over here, this is looking pretty much the same. We still have snails down here. I take a couple of them periodically and stick them on the bog area. Water level is 8 inches below normal, about 9.5 below where we started at. So, see how far down this goes. And as far as our Taro root goes, we have a little bit of hit and miss here. So we have one that's doing very nicely. It is even leafing out right here. We have another one next to it, which I think I must have planted upside down because we have a shoot coming out over here, way over here, like 2 inches away. Not sure what the deal is with that. It must have, yeah, it must be planted upside down. This one, don't know. This one looks like we have a little bit of something, maybe. And then this one turned to mush. So one's dead for sure. At least 2 of them are alive and kicking. And then the others we don't know yet. So it's day 98 here. So right after I filmed the last portion of this, I noticed pretty serious development here. So now it's been a few more days. I don't know if you can tell here, but we have some very nice development here on our Taro plants here. So it looks like this was the first one. This one came out the side. Must have been planted upside down, but it's leafing out nicely, putting out another leaf. This one over here just was only that much like 2 days ago. Now it's grown to that, and now there's another shoot coming out, so there must be another one that's upside down. This one over here has a nice little shoot coming out of it. And even over here, we have another little shoot. So it looks like we're 5 of 6 here. We did have the one casualty here. This one is thoroughly gone, but that's okay. I mean, for the price paid, $12 for 6 Taro roots. I mean, 5 out of 6, that's excellent in my opinion. I don't think you're going to get a better deal on that. I'd be happy if 3 or 4 of them were looking this good. So anyway, if we've got 5, then that's excellent. Okay, so it's day 105. And so this has been a regular occurrence every day here, which is very pleasant. We have this beautiful orange dragonfly. Sometimes there's 2 or 3 of them, but there's at least one every day between 11 and 3 or so. You can almost set a watch by, it's always here. And so we'll fly around, and there's another one over here. Just noticed the last couple days. Where is it? Up. There it goes, right there. Blue, or kind of a teal color or so. Right there. Smaller one. So they've been dancing around together too. It's very interesting. I love how they have this nice life. It's very entertaining to just watch them fly around here. And we had a bunch of birds that were over here. They went away, thank goodness, because they were getting annoying. Pooing on everything. I guess the fly situation has diminished a bit. Plus our water level has gone down even further. But anyway, that's the progress here. This is day 105, about 3.5 months in here. And this is what our Taro is looking like now. It is coming along very, very nicely. We started with just this one right here. And then these other 2 have now caught up to it. Not only that, but they've surpassed it now. It's crazy how big these things are getting so quickly. And this one over here was behind them all, and then it too is caught up with the other 2, and it's actually got other shoots coming out of it. It seems crazy how fast these things are growing out of nowhere. And then these 2 over here were laggards, but they're starting to pick up speed a little bit right here as well. So anyway, it's day 105, and so I'm just doing an update here. 3.5 months later. This is what the pond area is looking like. Try not to scare the dragonfly here. So yeah, it's coming along pretty nicely. The only real negative thing I see is the Kana is more of a tropical plant, so I think it prefers a lot of humidity. Although the dragonflies like to rest on it, but they're kind of wilted up even though they're in water. I think it's because the air is so dry here. And now summer has finally arrived just in the last week or so, so it's now in the 80s now. It's been in the 60s and the 70s up until now. So we should start seeing some more effects of that. I've noticed that the water hyacinth is growing really nicely, especially. Oop. Close-up shot right here. I haven't seen a blue one before. It's just last 3 days. Beautiful blue one. Blue and orange. Been spreading stuff out here. The water's gotten kind of cloudy again. The fish are pretty elusive, but when they get active, they get really active. So I think, I notice in the evenings and in the mornings is when they're most active. So there was a dead dragonfly over here yesterday. And then I noticed today it was all eaten up. There's nothing but the wings left. So I think the fish are doing quite well at eating, feeding for themselves. Not sure why our water is so cloudy though. Oh, dragonfly. Wow, these guys are getting real friendly here. Used to me. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and there's definitely more episodes to come.